Hello, friends. After a lot of guys were asking us, how is it actually possible that we're constantly surrounded by beautiful girls? What is it that we actually do? Why do we have so many girls in our Instagram stories? And we decided to share you our exclusive Black Swan system right here, right now. So in this video, we're going to take a deeper look into the system, what we do, and actually how we help guys to convey status on their social media, how to meet attractive and beautiful looking girls, and how to actually funnel them into something where you can either make stronger relationships with them, develop friendships, make business deals, and of course, date them. So stay tuned until the end of the video, because only after you see and understand how the system actually works, you're ready to go and implement that in your life. So let's tune into it. All right, here you have the flowchart of our Black Swan system. So it's a very deeply designed system, and we're going to start here at the top. So what you see here at the top is my Instagram profile. And this is the first and essential step to make all of this happen. Because let's face it, you need to have something where you can show off. It's not about being superficial, but showing snippets of your life and using Instagram as a tool to get on the radar of other people. So it's very important, absolutely essential that you fix your Instagram first. So if you take a look on my Instagram profile, I know what you're probably thinking right now. So how the hell am I supposed to get pictures like that? And these pictures aren't necessary for you to start. Of course, these pictures are the result of me working on my social circle. What you just need in the beginning is you showing access to scarce resources. And this can be very simple. For example, look at this picture here. It's just me sitting in a hotel lobby, but I'm focusing here on the environment and where I'm at. And if you look at that pictures, it conveys way more value to the viewer instead of me just taking some bathroom selfies. But speaking of pictures, we will do more videos about that, how and why and what kind of pictures you should do to fix your Instagram. But for this video right now, we want to focus on the Black Swan system. So fix your Instagram first. So go ahead and delete all the pictures with your drunk friends, all the mirror selfies where you're just showing off, because these pictures are cringe. Next up, after you've fixed your Instagram, and this is the first step, you can't move further until you haven't fixed your Instagram. While you're fixing your Instagram, you should develop a list with all the people you want to know, men and women, of course. But of course, as a man, we want to meet more women. So you should develop a list which is full of women, way more women, and maybe only the guys who are either rich or can bring something else to the table when you want to meet them. Or maybe there are some famous entrepreneurs that you want to network with. After you've done that, after you've fixed your Instagram and are slowly but steadily developing your list, you can proceed to bring girls to an event and network. And this takes zero investment. And I know bringing girls to an event plus networking with them sounds like this huge task where you have to work like weeks and months on. But I can promise you it's not that hard. This term event refers for the most of the people to something which is very big where a lot of people are. But that's not the case. These can be like small social gatherings as well. What we want here essentially is to just have something where we are able to bring multiple girls there. So for example, 5 to 7 girls, 2 to 3 male friends. And these can be, like I said, small things. For example, if there's an opening going on in your city or some other small social gathering, a party, whatever it is, you can bring girls there. And yes, these girls can be girls that you haven't even met yet. Because if you want to bring cold girls, so girls that you haven't even met yet, to some event in your city, it's very easy to do so by showing value. You only invite them to that event. You maybe come off as a promoter, and we can use that leverage in the beginning to be a promoter to bring girls to an event. But once we're there, we are free to connect with them and make female friends. And this is essential. You have to make female friends first. And I'm not talking about dating them, fucking them. I'm talking here about real female friends, because once you develop female friends, these girls will give you access to other places. So it's very, very essential that you befriend other attractive girls in the beginning. Of course, later down the road, you're able to date them, get closer with them, but in the beginning, you should focus on making female friends. After you've done that, after you have completed those steps, which can take you maybe like 2 weeks maximum, yeah, or maybe like 1 week if you're going full in, then you can go to top funnel events where you're able to bring 20 to 50 girls or 10 to 20 male friends. You got your first female friends. Here's an example of me hanging out with some female friends. You're going to events together, and even here, those girls that I'm very close friends with, they reshare my posts so that other guys maybe get jealous, or they're showing their value to me, that they enjoy my presence around them, or people watching your stories and you see here all the likes, and these are all girls that I already met in my life. So this is proof that Instagram is very essential to have a list, do the invites for events, and get to know all your female friends. Top funnel events, that can be everything. So here are just two examples from some top funnel events. The left one here is a fashion show. The right one here is a charity gala. And when you go there, when you have the possibility to bring multiple girls there, almost every event host will be more than happy to offer you free seats or the guest list. And this is where the magic happens. If you're able to bring, let's say, 10 girls to an event, you're free to connect, for example, with event hosts, where you ask them for a guest list, where you ask them for some special entry. Maybe you want to collaborate as being a promoter, so on and so forth. When you go to those big events with 10 girls on your side, I can promise you, everyone will look at you and everyone will ask, who the fuck is actually this guy? And this is where the magic happens. So let's look at those top funnel events. What are top funnel events essentially? Top funnel events are events where you're meeting new people. So imagine we're going already to a top funnel event, either alone, you can do this alone, but it's better to have already your female friends ready. And there you can meet more female friends. So what you're doing, for example, if you're collaborating with some event host, you can ask them to bring more girls besides the girls you're already bringing. For example, for this fashion show, we were able to bring 10, 20, 30 girls. And we used that opportunity to invite other girls from social media by saying, hey, we're going to this fashion show. Do you want to join? And that's it. So you don't need too much words. You only want to convey value. You don't want to send creepy messages on Instagram, because that's what every other guy is doing. All the other guys are either sending dick pics or other cringy messages that girls already get all the time on Instagram. But if you're offering an attractive girl value on Instagram, she's more than happy to join you. And you will be surprised how the opening rate will change on your Instagram DMs. So for example, photo shoots, parties, these are like beginner top funnel events that you either can hold yourself or ask others to collaborate for, and you don't need so much money to do those. And these things here, they're very cheap. You don't need so much money to do them, and you can do them mostly freely, especially parties. If you want to collaborate with some event host and get a table at a club where you're offering them to do some photos, for example, and in exchange for that, you get a table and some drinks for free, and you're able to bring all your 10 female friends there. And of course, use that opportunity to invite other girls as well. Then we have intermediate ones. So it's fashion shows and dinner events. If you're just going there just by yourself, you don't need so much money. You're probably joining there for free. But if you want to throw things like that on your own, this can work, but you need to have some budget for that. So dinner event is something that we were doing here in Munich. If you look at my Instagram profile, and right here at the top, you see an after movie that we did for some dinner event that we hosted. So you see me being there as a host, my other friends who collaborated with me on that. And we were able to get a nice collaboration with a very famous pizza restaurant here in Munich. And they allowed us to bring 50 or 60 more girls to our event. And we used that opportunity to invite other girls from our Instagram list that we haven't met yet for that event. And every girl is happy about an opportunity like that. And what helps you here as well, and this is where the magic happens, is that you're the G of that event. You're the main person. You're the one who made it all possible. So your status during that event is already uplifted, and all the girls look up to you because you're someone on that party. We have the more advanced options to do. So we have, for example, charity galas where you need a lot of money for to organize everything, to make everything ready, to make it look very exclusive, high status, and to give charity galas especially a luxurious vibe, or content trips. Content trips, we did one last year to Lake Como in Italy. Here you see an image of that. And of course, on my Instagram profile, you see here the after movie from our trip. So it's all possible, but we made it happen with the help of some sponsors who paid for the cars, paid for the mansion directly at Lake Como. And our job was to bring the girls and organize everything. So it was an amazing trip. And this is something you can do with your closer female friends, but of course, with some girls you haven't even met yet. That's all possible. Here you see another picture of me being during a fashion show. These girls I already know. I was just bringing some female friends with me. And of course, some other girls I haven't even met yet because I was able to get another guest list for people I didn't know yet. So, and then during that show, I was already able to connect more with my female friends and of course develop connections with those other girls I haven't even met yet. And when you're, for example, on that fashion show, let's say you're there surrounded with 3, 4, 5 female friends, and you get to know those other girls who you invited from Instagram, these girls, they will see, damn, who's this guy? He's already surrounded by girls. He brought me here. The show is great. He obviously knows someone, and your status gets uplifted, and you're using hypergamy to your advantage. So while everything happens, while you are doing your top funnel events, there's one effect that will happen, and it is you becoming the hometown celebrity. A hometown celebrity is that one person who not everyone in your town knows, depending on how big your city is, but people know you. People know you from someone. People know you are this guy who does something like that and he does cool things. He is known for something. And as you might know, people talk. People talk a lot. And what happened to me a lot is that some girls will tell other girls, hey, there's this guy, Max, he does cool events, parties, he goes there. Do you want to join? So these girls who maybe have trust already will invite other girls and will tell you their name. And this happened to me several times that girls I cold DM'd on Instagram where I wanted to invite them for some party, for example, they wrote me something, hey, finally you wrote me, hey, I heard about you before, I'm more than happy to join. So your opening rate of your DMs gets even higher and better throughout time. And what will happen is, for example, if you look at these pictures here, is this is a snippet of me hanging out with some female friends in the club. And what you see here especially is a club called Call Me Drella here in Munich reposting that after movie I did for them. So every once in a while when I'm in the club, I'm always having my camera with me, and when I have the chance to shoot some nice videos, especially with my hot female friends, I do an after movie the next day, which takes like 30 minutes for me, and I just post it. And when the club sees your after movie, they're more than happy to reshare it again. And when a club in your city shares your video about them, you get more and more traffic. So your name gets more and more spread around. And what will happen, of course, is that more and more famous and attractive girls will start to like your post. We see this girl here. She was liking 3 of my photos. And you get on the radar of girls of a caliber like that. Because if we, for example, go on that profile of that girl, she's a Playboy model. Girls like that are surrounded constantly by guys. And when you get on the radar of girls like that, you're more than free to invite them as well. And when you invite them, an already warm, developed connection and girls like that will come to your events and your status gets more uplifted. And here on the right side, you see again a screenshot of my story views. And you see here it's only girls and another club here in Munich who are watching my stories. And funny enough, all these profiles you see here, I already met them. I already know these girls in real life. And if they watch my stories, your name gets more and more spread around in your town and you become more and more the hometown celebrity. All right, now let's look at the mid funnel section. Similar to the top funnel where all the new leads and marketing come in, we have the mid funnel area where you want to nurture all the leads. So in this case, it's girls, but you can do this, of course, with guys as well. So, for example, if you're on a networking event with other entrepreneurs, of course, you want to nurture your relationship with them. So this could be the same mid funnel area for guys as well. Nurturing your new and freshly developed female connections. What can you do? You can do trips, of course, because you're friends already. It's way easier to bring already your female friends to some trips. You can do smaller photo shoots. You can do brunches, dinner events, parties, board games, and all sorts of big and small social gatherings. And a lot of guys are asking us about photo shoots. So we have here in the mid funnel sections smaller photo shoots in top funnel areas. So what are these actually? We already have a podcast episode where we're talking specifically about photo shoots, where we're showing exactly how we use and leverage photo shoots to bring new girls into our circle and throughout time, of course, nurture them. So make sure to watch that episode as well. And after the mid funnel section, we have, of course, the bottom funnel. So where you close basically the deals. Here we have, of course, business deals because over the time you're going to network with a lot of guys as well. And then you want to, of course, date some girls. So if you have good energy with one of the hundreds girls that you met throughout this funnel and you're vibing with her, you have good energy, you're flirting, then of course there's no issue to date them as well. And you see that you should spend your time during the Black Swan system like 20% doing top funnel events, 40% hanging around in the mid funnel section. So doing cool stuff together, dinner, board games, brunches, and then 40%, which is very important, to do either business deals and go on dates. So it's not a very complicated thing. It just requires strategy to do. And if you want to learn a strategy, if you really want to implement the Black Swan system into your life, if you want to meet high quality, attractive, jaw-dropping looking girls, then go to the link in the description, book a call either with my business partner or me, and then we will have a closer look at your situation, develop a customized plan for you, and transform your life to something you've never ever seen before.